Alright fellas, so everyone that has any interest in CSGO will know that the skins in the game can be worth a lot of money, and in general they have a pretty consistent price. Yes, Valve have made some interesting decisions in the past, such as adding the 7-day trade hold and making keys untradeable when they're purchased, but nothing that has truly fucked the skin economy, or at least, not yet. Welcome back to the channel everyone. In today's video we're going to be talking about how Valve could potentially destroy the CSGO economy in the future. But before we get into that, if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more Counter-Strike content coming out multiple times every single week. Okay, so back into the video. To understand what I'm worried could happen to CS in the future, we need to look at another esports title which has, or at least had, a booming cosmetic economy, and that game is Rocket League. The Rocket League item economy has always relied on keys. Well, at least always on PC and PlayStation, but I can't be bothered to get into how the Xbox trading worked. And these keys work in the same way as they do in CS. They can be bought or traded and used to open crates, which is the Rocket League equivalent to a case. So the market had always been pretty stable in Rocket League. Obviously prices would fluctuate with the new crates coming out or when an item got discontinued, but overall pretty consistent. But then came some new anti-gambling laws from Belgium which had pressured Rocket League specifically to remove the gambling aspect of crates, as the game, in their words, is aimed at kids and therefore the team behind Rocket League shouldn't be promoting gambling. I can kinda see where they're coming from, but this led to lots of pressure from the media and new laws getting passed about gambling in video games. It was decided that Rocket League would remove keys and crates, and this didn't go well for the trading community, let me tell you that right now. Prices began to absolutely spiral, with cosmetics that used to be worth huge amounts of money suddenly becoming much cheaper and creating a huge amount of uncertainty within the trading community. Yeah, this uncertainty did die down over time because new currencies were implemented into the game, but even today trading is nowhere near as big as it used to be. I mean, I used to be really heavy in the Rocket League trading scene. I used to trade big items and have a very high tier inventory, but I've recently gone back to Rocket League to see what the trading's like, and it's completely different from before. Items that used to be insanely stable for trading, more or less like keys, are now worth weird amounts. And some of the items that were insanely high tier are now worth really small amounts, which that's the thing that surprised me the most. Like, things that used to be worth maybe $50, $60 can now be worth like $5, which is an insane price change. Now, that leads me on to the next part of the video, which is my concern for the future of CSGO. As I mentioned earlier, many new anti-gambling in video games laws are being presented in courts all over the world, and some of them have even been passed. And we can see this effect in CS now, such as in France, I think it might be Belgium, I'm not 100% sure. They have the X-ray system, where before you open a crate, or a case rather, you can have a look and see what's actually inside that and decide whether you want to unbox it. Now, as much as this didn't make a huge impact because, you know, it's only in 1 or 2 countries, if this was implemented worldwide, I'm sure this would have a huge change on the value of keys. Most people in the game don't do what YouTubers do. They might open 1 or 2 cases every once in a while, just for the, you know, that low chance of getting a red or a knife or something. But if they can see in their case that they're not going to get that, they're not going to open that case. So that might mean that the keys will have way less value than they do now, and then people aren't going to be selling their items for that sort of thing. And as much as keys are now more expensive because, you know, you can't buy new tradable ones, there's still a pretty, you know, firm aspect of CS trading, and if they disappeared, that could have a lot of issues for skin prices. Now, you may be thinking, there's no way Valve would implement that worldwide. I mean, they put a lot of time and effort into cases, and it brings them in an insane amount of money, I'm guessing. But if the media and other laws start to focus on CS, like what happened with EA, I would not be surprised if they did completely change the system around keys and cases. I really don't think Valve would risk having their game banned in certain countries and losing so much reputation just over some cosmetics. Because as much as they're important to the community, they're nowhere near as important to the actual, you know, CEOs at Valve like Gaben himself as they are to us. Now, I'm definitely not saying this is going to happen, but we can never say for sure that it won't. I honestly think that the CS community needs to keep a closer eye on these laws and pressure from the media, as who knows what could happen to the trading scene if cases and keys were removed. If it's anything like what happened to Rocket League, it will not be good for the future. Well, anyway, that's about all I wanted to say in this video. Bit of a short one, but still, hopefully you guys enjoyed and maybe found it informative or something. I don't even know. But anyway, if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe and help me get closer to the elusive 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, thanks again lads, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.